This is First Gen Xers.
Hello, and welcome to tonight's edition of The Classroom featuring, hey, what's up, T-Man Sanchez 60, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk some sports here, right here on The Classroom. I am joined, as always, with our host, O'Malley. What's up? We are going to talk some basketball, some football, and maybe a little baseball thrown in there too. We'll see as the show goes. All right, so we're going to open up with our lovely little NFL talk. All right. And so let's get into the, well, actually, dang it, ran that promo a little bit early. Now we'll get to it at the top of that basketball. Let's see. So people have been getting paid. I want to say Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, and Jahmyr Gibbs all got paid this week on the extensions. Bijan got a long-term extension, I believe 3 years. Jonathan Taylor got a 2-year extension with Indy, and Jahmyr Gibbs signed a 3-year extension with Detroit. And his extension, I was trying to look for the details. To see what the primary details is. It just says 3 years extension, but it's not telling. ESPN knew the exact number. Oh, there it is. 3 years, $67.5 million. 51.5 million guaranteed. So that's what? A little over $22 million a year? Yeah. That's not bad for a running back. But are we paying them? At one point, the running back position was undervalued. Are we overvaluing it now? Should running backs be making the same amount of money as wide receivers?
I think some should be making more.
Okay.
I don't think that it's. I think between running back, wide receiver, tight end, I feel like it should be looked at less about what their position is anymore, because it feels like so many are versatile anyways. But the tight ends and the running backs be carrying some of these teams. So Is it fair that a wide receiver makes more money on their team just because they're a wide receiver? No. And we know this for teams that don't have as strong passing games, right? We know this for teams where, I'm sorry, if we've got a more athletic quarterback who runs the ball just as much as he throws it, that wide receiver isn't nearly as important as your running back and tight end, who are also now blocking for your fucking quarterback.
True. Valid.
There's that part. But I really think that some running backs deserve way more than what they're getting paid. Some wide receivers are not worth what they're getting paid.
And see, I would say I would individualize it, because for me, Jahmyr Gibbs I think there's 3 forms of running backs. Like, there's your power back, There's your speed back. Okay, now when I say power back, it doesn't mean that he's slow, but think Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Peterson was a brick wall running with the ball. You know what I'm
Minus
saying?
the child abuse.
Right, minus the child. And then you have speed back. Your speed back. Think Suave at best. Think Barry Sanders. Like can just run away from. Okay, but I think now there's a third level to that. And Christian McCaffrey wasn't the first, but he's the one that kind of to an extent perfected it and showed this new generation how to do. And that is the utility back, where they're out in the slot, they're in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like they're coming off the edge, like they're more than just running backs.
I'm going to throw two huge ones out there. One that a team probably relied heavily on him. Now, granted, other teams shut him down the next year, but Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry with the Ravens, we saw especially their first seasons with those teams, how explosive that those two players really could be and how instrumental they could be. Also, two teams, very athletic quarterbacks.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and we know Saquon and fucking Derrick Henry are some big old beefy motherfuckers, so they block too.
Yes.
So, you know, I feel like that's the thing about a running back is that they're not really just there to score.
Right.
They're also there to make plays.
Right. To catch the ball out the backfield. Like I said, it didn't. I would because like Roger Craig was one of the first running backs. I want to say in NFL history. I know in 49ers history to go over 1,000 yards receiving in a season. You know what I'm saying? So like those receiving backs existed back then. But very rarely did you find, like Roger Craig was one of the first hybrids. Very rarely did you find that they could do both. There was normally, some running backs could catch the ball and were better at they were smaller receivers. And
I feel like the tight end is more that position quite often than a receiving running back. The tight end seems to, actually, I go back because all of this really does depend on team and player.
Right, 100%. And because with some play, because I always say this, just like I tell people when it comes to basketball, Draymond Green would not be Draymond Green. And not because Steve Kerr's a great coach, but because of the fit that he had in the offensive defense that we have. I don't know if he has that same fit. Does that mean Draymond is not a good player? If he plays, hey, what's up, Big G-Bo? Thanks for joining us. Does that mean he's not a good player? No, he's definitely an all-star caliber player, regardless of where he goes. But
a lot of people argued that about Tom Brady being in Bill Belichick's system, right? Yes. And I agree exactly with what you said about Draymond Green. Is that Brady wouldn't have been the player he was without Bill Belichick.
I say it like this. I think that I don't think Brady reaches the heights that he reached without going to the Patriots, because without having those top 10 defenses on the opposite side, some of his mistakes have a little bit more impact on the game than they do there. But do I think that Tom Brady would have been a good quarterback, an above average good quarterback in the NFL, regardless of where he went? Yeah.
Well,
But do I think
if he went to Cleveland, his career would have been over?
Okay, yes. Okay, anywhere but the quarterback graveyard. Okay, anywhere but the quarterback graveyard. Which reminds me, just a quick sidebar. Suave sent me a TikTok of this dude playing Madden 27 and showing himself get drafted. And he got drafted number 3 to the Jets. And he's like, oh, no, man, no. He's wearing a Cowboys jersey or Cowboys shirt, right? He's like, no, man. Then it shows him flash forward to his contract signing, and it's like 4 years, $45 million. And he's like, And it flashes back to me. He's like, best team in the league, New York Jets, baby. It's like, I was like, that's gotta be what dudes are doing. Thank you for the cheers, G-Mo. That's gotta be what these dudes are doing when they get drafted by the Browns. Like the Browns get the contract in front of them as quick as possible. Here.
Right.
Money.
Right.
All
like
right.
that's one of those, when the Browns have the number one draft pick, what can I break before that will be enough that they won't want to draft me at number one, but not too much that I'd fall completely out of the first round? Because I don't want to go to Cleveland.
What can I do?
I'm sorry, but at this point, I feel that way for Mendoza. I feel bad. The Raiders are going to ruin his career.
I think he has a shield of Kirk Cousins for 2 years, but yeah, or at least a year or two. But speaking of good quarterbacks, or speaking of teams losing good players potentially, what the hell is going on in Tampa Bay? You got Baker Mayfield, who said he's feeling disrespected by the contract offer that they gave him, and now you have Vita Vea asking to be traded.
I mean, didn't they within the just last few years do lots of stuff for you guys?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but remember, this last offseason, Mike Evans left them for the 49ers.
Well, yeah, and then he's hurt.
Yeah, but it's a knick-knack. It's a knick-knack paddywhack. It's a small one. It's a small one for right now.
Okay.
I just hope it's not something big.
Okay.
Anyway.
Not really how you want to start out.
But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, you can't lose the QB. Baker Mayfield is keeping your offensive flow.
What is their malfunction? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't get it. You make that man an offer that makes him happy. Whatever Baker Mayfield wants, just give it to him. He's been a pretty decent quarterback for you the past couple of years. Hey man.
Yeah.
Hey man. Vita Vea, I guess Vea's requested a trade, against the standoff with whatchamacallit. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. So we talked about this a little bit last week. It is official now. Ricky Pearsall is out for the season to help clear out some PCL issues. So I would say that's probably a big reason why they re-signed Debo, brought him back. It's because, again, just like Ayu, they're similar style receivers to each other. Pearsall, Samuel, Knight, they all have a similar style. So I think that he's being brought back to be able to fill the hole of both missing Ayuk and and the 1-2 punch of Mike Evans and Debo Samuels ain't that bad. So even though Debo's old, he's not the number one. Oh man. Yeah, and then the Carolina Panthers, they lose rookie wide receiver Chris Brazil to an LCL tear. What the heck is an LCL? I know what an ACL is. I know what a PCL is. What's an LCL?
There's an MCL too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some
ligament.
Yeah, the L. I got that much. And second-year pass rusher Nick Scroton, ACL tear, another one of those ligaments. And they're both being ruled out for the entire 2026 season. The Saints rookie
lateral collateral ligament is the knee injury where the band of tissue on the outer side of the knee gets partially or completely ripped.
Okay.
This ligament connects the thigh bone to the lower leg bone and stops the knee from bending outward too far.
So it's a McCaffrey injury.
Okay.
Not Chris.
Common causes direct hit to the inside of the knee, sudden twisting or pivoting of the leg, contact sports like football, soccer, skiing.
Wow. Poor kid.
When did skiing become a contact sport?
You make contact with that hard ass snow.
Apparently, I mean, when you freaking Sonny Bono into a tree, what? Like,
Okay, like y'all, people talk about the substation needs to be. I am sitting here looking at an injury list of 4 different players, right? Or 5 different players. 3 of them have ACL tears and are out for the year.
so is the ACL tear the new Achilles tear?
I
Like, is
guess so.
that like the tear of the year?
I'm like, yeah, okay. So here's what's funny is here's what pops up in my head whenever I hear the injury ACL tear. I'm gonna take y'all on a memory trip real quick. If you've ever seen the movie The Comebacks with David Croce, and there's the young boy, the black boy who's the running back. He's like, get on out there, ACL tear. And he's like, Coach, please don't call me that. He goes, my name is Asil Tare. He's like, you go get him, ACL tear. Oh man! And of course, the kid ends up tearing his ACL. But yeah, whenever I hear that injury, it's just like that's what pops up in my head. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. This needs to be investigated because I swear to God, maybe it's just because news was different back then. But I swear to God, between 1980 and the year 2000, we heard about injuries, but we didn't hear about this many ACL tears. Between the year 2000 and 2025, I swear to God, every other year there's at least 15, 20 people out for the year with ACL tears. It's just not always the big stars, but it's like 15, 20 players a year. What are y'all doing if these guys are out there just tearing all these ligaments?
Yeah,
are they practicing too hard? Like,
well, I mean, I know part of this comes down to the argument too over turf versus grass.
Grass, yeah.
You know, that's a huge thing for ligament tears, especially knees. Yeah. I don't know. You have to start wondering, like, what is it about the training? What is it like? Is there similarities in nutrition? What's going on that, like, this is the new tear of the week? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, a lot of that could be, I mean, what are the stats of how many fields used to be grass, how many practice facilities used to be grass and aren't now? Because, you know, and especially for the ones, look at the ones where it's their home field, right? Because they're playing at least half of the games of their season on turf. They're practicing on turf. I mean, a lot of teams practice indoors on.
Well, I want to say in Santa Clara they practice outdoors, but it's turf. Yeah. Like, I want to say it's outdoor turf.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
I would love to see the statistics on that. I would love to see the statistics because, like, I swear to God, there's been an increase in ACL tears.
Right. I mean, it at least feels like there has, just like with the Achilles. And we've talked a lot about the Achilles, and it's like, well, a lot of players have moved. Could it be that a lot of players have moved from high top sneakers to low top sneakers or mid top? Has that impacted it? Right. We've seen that across both basketball and football, because some wear, you know, high top cleats, some wear low top cleats. So does that have anything to do with it? I'm sure that the turf doesn't help with that either. Anything that's not going to have give to allow your body to move in the ways that it's meant to, it
can cause injury. Yeah. Sure. It's just like why do almost every pitcher at some point in his career need Tommy John surgery? because the throwing motion of pitching is not a natural motion for the arm.
I understand that more than most people that don't play baseball, only from having to get my wheelchair in and out of my car all the time and having to turn like that and get it out. And it tweaks this in a shoulder that I've already dislocated more times than I can count on both hands, right? A shoulder that's already fucked up to begin with. That's something they don't tell people who utilize a wheelchair, is that you will also, I already had a fucked up shoulder, so great for that, because your shoulders are only going to get worse.
Great. well, here's some more pain for you. All right, so I'll say you had mentioned this earlier, we could talk about it now, but on the preseason update, is Matt Crosby and Kirk Cousins get into a skirmish after Crosby hit Cousins multiple times during team drills.
Yep.
And supposedly, as for now, Kirk Cousins is holding off Fernando Mendoza for the starting position.
Okay, but so here's the thing. So then they were suspended from Saturday drills.
Right.
Okay, do they get docked pay for not being there because you just rewarded them? What? They don't have to go practice in 150-degree heat? Yay! Woohoo! I mean, stupid. It's dumb. And so
they have to look like they did something.
Players that also got into a fight that same day were at practicing running through drills. So everybody thinks it was really a way to get Mendoza in there and get some first team reps.
Right. Just a way to let the kid get a taste of it, just to see what he would look like.
Yeah, but I think Max Crosby should have knocked out Kirk Cousins' bitch ass.
Oh my goodness. All right, so supposedly the Cleveland Browns cannot make up their damn mind. They're still at this point going into their first preseason game, I believe later this week, are alternating heavy between Watson and Shedeur Sanders, with neither one really taking a clear, outright lead. So I think the job should go to Shedeur. No offense to Deshaun Watson, but you're kind of a creep of a human being and don't deserve it. So I say go with Shedeur Sanders. I'd rather see Deontay. What do you think?
I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, I've been pretty vocal about how I feel about Deshaun Watson, and I cannot believe that Cleveland gave him that entire contract guaranteed with what he came in having going on. With that said, I mean, he's been out with fucking injury. It doesn't matter. It will be Shedeur at some point, regardless, even if they don't go with him, because he's either going to do something dumb or get hurt. So Shedeur, just be patient. Just be patient. I feel like this is a good opportunity for him to kind of just sit there, have some humility, and just wait for the opportunity that if he plays his cards and just has a little bit of patience, Deshaun Watson will fuck it up. I promise. You will get your shot.
Now, how many? I think this is the last year on Watson's deal, isn't it? Or maybe he has 2 years left this year, next year.
Too many. I don't know.
Doesn't say anything about his contract. He's been with Cleveland for 4 years now. So yeah, and it was a 5-year deal, I believe. So yeah. Let's see if they mention what the deal is here. No, they don't mention the contract. But I believe he's either in his last year or second to last year. I think Cleveland was trying to wait his deal out to get him off the books because they could sign 3 good players to put around Shador for what they paying that man.
Yeah.
So I think they're just trying to wait to get him off the books since his contract is fully guaranteed. They don't want to eat it all in one season.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, this sucks to say because I want Shador to win that job. They're paying him too much to sit him on the bench. He's going to have to play badly and earn his way to the bench before they're going to willingly put him there because they're just paying him too much to sit him on the bench.
Yeah.
And so Patrick Mahomes is back on the field, progressing through his left knee rehab after tearing his ACL, I believe, last year. It's unlikely that Andy Reid's going to play him during the preseason. Well, that's it. Patrick Mahomes is the Kansas City Chiefs franchise, pretty much. So at this point, so him and Travis Swift.
Wow.
So what do you think the odds are that this is going to be a bounce back year for the Chiefs and say they're going to win at least 9 games?
I mean, I think they'll have a season where they'll make it into the playoffs, but I don't know if I would say that they're going to bounce back enough to go all the way. I think it's way too early. I think part of that is really seeing what he looks like coming off of injury, seeing honestly how they all play and where heads are at with Mr. Swift.
Mr. Swift.
And so, I mean, sorry, that wasn't very nice. But
it's all in jest. It's all in
yeah. Who knows? It could be, but I feel like they have more variables that are questionable coming into this year than in years past when they've turned things around.
Fair enough. And here's the one thing that I think is the major difference. Now, this is no offense to Isaac Pacheco or any of the other guys that have been in the backfield. They have never had a running back like Kenneth Walker III in that backfield to protect Mahomes. He's a Christian McCaffrey type back. He's a downhill type back that can catch the ball out of the backfield. They've had some good backs, and a lot of their good backs have been receiving backs. Edwards-Helaire, etc. Like not that they've been bad running backs. It's just they've been more receiving backs. They really haven't had a downhill runner like Kenneth Walker before. So I think that he's going to make a huge difference in protecting Patrick Mahomes because I believe he's a good blocker as well as Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying from that Super Bowl run with Seattle last year. So I believe that I agree with you. I don't see them necessarily making this Super Bowl, but I can see them definitely making this. Like that's realistic. Preseason kicked off with the Hall of Fame game between the Cardinals and the Panthers, and I think 3 people watched it. I wasn't one of those 3, but I did see highlights and watched and checked the score. But my Niners don't start their preseason until next Thursday. I won't be watching much football. And even then, I don't know if I'll really watch because I don't think Mike Purdy is going to play more than a series. It's the first preseason game this season. So. But yeah, and I know I'm sorry I've had the NBA talk there this whole time. This week starts week 1 of the preseason, and we have a nice long list of games. We have Cincinnati playing Detroit. Well, okay, let me say this correctly. Cincinnati's backups playing Detroit's backups. Indianapolis's backups playing the Patriots' backups. Because none of the starters are really going to see anymore. If you want to see a lot of Fernando Mendoza, check out the Cardinals and the Raiders on, Thursday night. Mendoza should get a lot of snaps in that because if Cousins is the projected starter, he's not going to play more than a series. So Mendoza being the backup should get some good reps. Chargers and Texans, and then the Niners and Titans. So Robert Saleh in game 1 as a Titans head coach. Any of these games pique your interest? Or make you think that you might no.
No, they don't mean shit. Teams I can't fucking stand.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
yes,
hey.
I mean, woohoo!
It is nice to know that football is coming back.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm waiting for college football.
Well, college football, we'll talk about that a little bit later. They did drop their preseason top 25. We'll get to talk about that in a second. Some big things going on there. But that's going to wrap it up for us for the first half of the show. We're going to take our promo break right quick, and we will be back to talk basketball, what little basketball there is to talk, which I don't think there much is. We'll talk some college football as well, and maybe some baseball. You're watching The Classroom right here on First GenXers, Twitch and YouTube, and the WKKW Network. See y'all after the break. Peace.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beats. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone, I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first gen. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
Got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode.
In a 2-episode arc. I don't care. No. That should have been
You can handle our favorite players being criticized. You
Saturday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on the first GenXers radio network. Join K-Double as he brings you K-Double's 5th period music class. He will open with a master mix by DJ K-Double, and then you will hear from artists like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Naughty by Nature, Positive K, classic groups like Digital Underground, DeBrat and JD, and finally the Loonies. So join us on Saturday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Live 365 app or at live365.com. Just find the first GenXers radio network and hit play.
And we are back to talk more sports stuff for the fun as we have here every week. And I hope you guys, oops, I forgot to get my water. I'm going to have to go get that in a second. Hope you guys are truly enjoying what you're seeing. We enjoy bringing it to you. Coming up next, we are going to talk a little bit of sad stuff and then some fun stuff, but mostly sad stuff. Sorry. All right. Just in time. All right. So I'll say the thing we're going to talk about that may make some people sad is if you lived in the Bay Area, what I want to say over about a 15-year period of time, and you called yourself a Warriors fan, you know who the man, the myth, the legend, Don Nelson is. If you're a boomer who loved the Celtics during their run, you probably know who Don Nelson is because he was a part of 5 of their championships. So I'm trying to remember what was the last team he coached because it wasn't the Dubs. He left the Dubs, and let me pull up his.
Let me see. I got it.
You got it?
So, no, he ended his coaching Milwaukee, Golden State, the Knicks, the Mavericks, and then he ended with the Warriors.
Oh, he came back to the home, huh?
06 to 2010. Yeah. So from 88 to 95, and then 2006 to 2010.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was the coach for the We Believe.
Yeah.
Warriors, for the 08 We Believe Warriors.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, right on. And then after him came, okay. So was he before Mike Montgomery then? Or was Mike Montgomery after Don Nelson retired?
Let me see.
Those of you who don't know who I'm talking about with Mike Montgomery, he's literally the only basketball head coach that coached Stanford, Cal, and the Warriors. Like not all in the same season, but throughout his career. He coached at Stanford, he coached at Cal, he coached for the Warriors.
Okay, so he coached the Warriors in between coaching Stanford and Cal. So he was there right before Don.
Don Nelson. Okay.
Yeah, he was
Before
there
Don came
from
back.
04 to 06. And then
Okay.
he coached Cal from 08 to 2014.
To 2014. Okay. Yeah, like because I just remember him because like I said, he took Stanford to a few, NCAA tournaments. And then I remember I was super hyped when he came to the Warriors, and then that just crashed and burned. Sprewell years. He was one of the coaches that Sprewell ran off, I believe. And then we got Don. I guess we got Don back after that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went and coached Cal for a few years and made a couple of runs to the tournament, but never really did anything special with Cal. Like not they didn't take him to any Final Four. I think they barely made the second round to the round of 32 once or twice. But back to Don Nelson, the man had over 1,000 wins in his coaching career. The man brought it. I'm going to say this just because we're talking about him now, but there are people out there that would blame him for why Chris Webber left. And I don't blame him. Webber went from Golden State to Sacramento. They say Don Nelson, if he was just able to get with the times. And he had a way of doing shit that he liked to do on his team. And either Chris Webber fit into that mold, or Chris Webber didn't. And unfortunately for Chris Webber, he didn't. Because I do agree that we could have done some amazing things with Chris Webber in the Warriors uniform later in his career as he developed as an NBA player.
Yeah, but only if the player is a good fit, like all the way around. Like, and that happens for whatever reason. Sometimes players, coaches, teams just aren't good fits. Right. Often it's because there's a little too much ego involved on all sides.
Oh, exactly.
But
on all sides.
Yeah.
All right, so Don Nelson played his last year as a basketball player in '63 with the Wizards. And then I don't know what he became. He's a 5-time NBA champion, the second winningest coach. 14 seasons as a player, primarily as a legendary six-man for the Celtics, and 31 seasons as a head coach. That man, I tell you. So as a coach, he has over 1,300 wins and 1,000 losses, and only made the playoffs 18 years out of those 31. Has 0 titles as a coach.
Wow.
75 and 91 in the postseason. He was inducted into the Fall Hall of Fame as a coach in 2012. Won Coach of the Year 3 times in 1983, 1985, and 1992. His jersey number was retired by the Celtics, the number 19 in 1978. Polarized the point forward concept and pioneered up-tempo Nelly ball, small offense. Why do all these guys that do the small ball shit like to be in Golden State? Steve Kerr, Don Nelson.
I don't know.
But rest his soul, R.I.P. The man was, 80-something years old?
86.
86. I always say this. I said this about my grandmother when she passed away at 94. She lived a life. Like she lived it like, if you're on this planet more than 60 years, you lived a life. You've seen a lot.
My grandma passed a month shy of her 99th birthday. My grandpa was 90. I mean, even that is like, yeah.
That's a life.
We
you lived 2 lives.
We thought she would be gone like right after. She hung around and kicked it for another 7 years.
It's amazing to me. I will always say this. The medical marvel to me is this. We as a society probably eat healthier now than we have at most other points in history. Okay. I think that there are a lot of people that eat processed foods, but I think if you take into account like a lot of the food served in a lot of these foreign countries, Japan, so on and so forth, is stuff it's veggies, it's rice, it's you know what I'm saying. It's not necessarily as ultra processed as what we get here.
I honestly think that yes, but also why you have to go back decades, like you know, like 50, 60, 70 years when the most preservatives or shit in food was things that they use naturally for canning, fermenting, things like that. The things that they're still using in places like South Korea, Japan, China, right? There aren't preservatives. They've found condiments and things that you can naturally preserve things in without all of this stuff. And I mean, look at kimchi.
Yeah.
It is like one of the healthiest things for you, lasts for freaking ever, is preserved because it's pickled.
Right.
So, but there is something to be said about that. Even the health food these days is full of people like for people who are making the move towards more clean eating, whole ingredients, things like that, yes, then you're looking at healthy stuff. But too many people eat too many diet things, and those things are some of the worst things for you.
It was funny. I tried to explain to a friend of mine one day about, and this is just we're way off tangent here, but about the fact that 0 calories doesn't mean zero. This is why
they're all out there tearing their ACLs and MCLs and LCLs, because what the fuck are y'all putting in your bodies?
We'll say, but no, I'm like 0 calories doesn't mean 0 calories. 0 calories means that they've lowered the calorie amount to an acceptable amount to where they can legally say 0 calories. I was like, but in order for it to be food, there has to be calories.
Also, not all calories are created equal. Right. Like, you can eat a cookie and you can eat a 6-ounce steak, and they may have the same amount of calories in it, but one is actually one is gonna spike your blood sugar, make you hungrier. The other one is gonna satiate you longer. It's protein, which you need. Like, and it's whole ingredients. Because more than likely that cookie isn't made with gluten-free flour and organic chocolate and, you know, all the things. Hormone-free eggs.
I say it like I've taught my daughter this, and I will continue to teach her this, that, oh my goodness, what's going on with my glasses? They look so crooked. I've been fidgeting with them since the last, and I just can't get them to sit right on my face. But my daughter, with everything in moderation, like health is really, it's about what the quality of what you eat, but really to remain healthy, it's more about it from the food perspective. It's more about moderation. It's more about making sure you're not gluttoning yourself on anything.
If you have making good choices more often than not.
Right. Yeah. Like a good California roll may be good for me because it has vegetables. But if I eat 5 California rolls in a single night, I'm still stacking some mad calories on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, like me and my friends, when we used to work in the restaurant industry, there was always that one person that came in, and it's like, our joke was, I'll have the left side of the menu and a Diet Coke.
Oh yeah, that's always the McDonald's joke, right? I'll have the double quarter pounder with cheese meal, extra large, Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. It's like, what? Bro, just get the regular Coke, man.
Right. I mean, just fucking, wash your heart attack down with some diabetes.
Right. If you go enjoy. Anyway, And that's not any type of
Diet
medical
Coke
advice,
don't
folks.
taste good. Ugh.
Yes. Ugh, nasty. It's too sweet for me. And I like Pepsi over Coke. Like, and Pepsi was the way sweeter one. I can admit that
Not to
openly.
me. Pepsi's
Really?
always been the more bitter one, especially with their diet. But their diet, that's why their Diet Coke and Coke Zero are two different things. Because Diet Coke was made off of that like new Coke recipe that they tried to come out with back in the 80s, and then everybody revolted and they went back to the original Coke. Well, Coke Zero is made off of the original Coke. And I don't mean the original Coke with cocaine in it. They're not making that anymore, okay? Zero Coke in the Coke Zero.
I don't know. Coke Zero kind of reminds me of Zima. Like, I don't know why. It just does. Like, it doesn't really need to exist, but it does exist. Only difference is with Zima, I eventually drank somebody. Yeah.
Like, remember Clear Pepsi?
Oh, it's insane watching that happen. So let's close out basketball talk real quick with this. The Warriors look like they pretty much filled out their roster. It doesn't look like they're going to be signing anybody else.
So basically, the Warriors didn't do shit, but deal with what they already had.
I was gonna say it's funny because
I'm not saying they didn't do anything, because they did.
Right. Like that's the funny part about it. They did so much, but didn't do anything. Like, but
didn't result in new players or.
Did you see the report though, where Steph kind of reaffirmed that, like, nah, dude, I want to retire a Warrior.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be here. Like
the only people that need to hear that are non-Warriors fans.
Right.
We know this.
I'm like, it's insane to me because, like I said,
Steve Kerr is gonna retire. I see him retiring or going back to working in the front office.
I think it will be. I think Steve will coach these next 2 years. I think that's why he signed a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Unless this year is horrendous. Like, if they only win 20 games this year, and just kind of everything falls apart.
Or why are we bad worst case scenario in here? I'm gonna throw one out there. Or they win another championship and everyone fucking retires after this season.
I could see that. Here's the thing about it. Here's what I think is happening. I think that people are vastly underestimating exactly how good this team can be once Jimmy gets back. And then between the beginning of the season and the All-Star break or so, it's about keeping your head above water. It's about playing well enough to keep your head above water.
I think that they want to see the team that they believe that they were trying to put together.
Right. They traded for Kristaps for a reason.
And I think that they had all of those things in mind prior. That's why they made the moves they did with that. Those were more future this season type moves than they were last season type moves.
Right.
And so I want to put it out there. The wild notion that they win a championship this season, Steph and Steve at least retire.
And Draymond's only on a 1-year deal. People forget that. They brought him back on a 1-year, $27 million deal.
I don't see him retiring in the next few years.
Yeah. Well, he's not.
Although I'd love to see him coach.
Yeah. I would love to see him. Tom Izzo's replacement at Michigan State. There you go. All right. So that's going to do it for our NBA talk for right now. We'll slide into the last segment of the show, which is
miscellaneous shit.
Miscellaneous shit. Various other stuff. That's what we call this segment. There you go. Various other sports.
Call it the kitchen sink.
The kitchen sink. You know what? We might just do that. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So, unfortunately for Lionel Messi, his father passed away. And he looks like he is going to be taking some time off, but they will hold a strictly family ceremony. So hearts out to him and his family. They all hope all is well in their camp. Let's see. Other than that, let's see. Red Sox extended their staggering run, winning 27 of their last 30 games. What do you think of them as potential World Series? Like, the AL isn't exactly super strong this year. Now, whoever it is going to lose to the Dodgers. But
I don't know, because they're suffering from the White House curse right now. So, but I mean, I think Freddie Freeman said it all of like, he's not worried. Last year they went through a bit of a slump for a minute too. So if you're going to go through a slump, right now is the time to do it and get it out of the way.
And they still got to get Shohei Ohtani back. Like, I want to say 3 out of their starting 5 pitchers are out right now.
Will Smith is out. Like, yeah. So, yeah. No. Honestly, exactly. It doesn't matter. They're going to lose to the Dodgers. But aside from that, I mean, the American League is garbage.
Yeah.
At one point, the A's were ahead in their division. That's how garbage it is. So,
well, they were actually playing well. They've lost like 9 straight because they won today.
They're garbage. They're garbage. They're garbage. They're gonna be garbage. They're gonna be garbage in West Sacramento. You're not even in Sacramento. You're in West Sacramento. You're in Yolo County. They're going to suck there. They're going to suck even more.
In Vegas, huh?
Yes.
All right. I feel it. All right, now let's get to what we talked about. We were going to talk about earlier as we close out the first segment. That is college football put out their preseason.
Oh, I'm insulted.
Rankings.
I'm insulted. 14th place? 14th? USC? 14th? Fuck y'all. What kind of nonsense?
You got what is it? Whatchamacallit? Ohio State at number 1.
Fuck them.
See, this is where it's funny because it's got to be because of the draft class that they brought in.
Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia, Indiana, Miami, Texas A&M, Texas Tech. Who the fuck puts Texas Tech at 9? Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss, LSU, USC, BYU, Michigan, Tennessee, Penn State, Washington, SMU, Missouri, Utah, Iowa, Louisville, Florida. And I could go on, but nobody really cares about anyone past 25.
Okay, hold on though. You got Texas Tech at what?
Texas Tech at 9.
Okay, because the one I'm looking at, I'm looking at a different poll. It's AFCA poll.
Okay, hold on. Let me open that one because I had looked at that one earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. They've got. That's still putting.
No, this.
Okay, so I was on the CBS
USC.
Sports. I was on the CBS Sports one.
Gotcha. I'm on the ESPN one. That's what we got.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, you got Notre Dame at 5, Texas at 4, Georgia. I think they're putting a lot of weight onto Archie Manning and what the expectations of him in Texas are going to be this year. think Texas has a good squad, but I don't know. I don't know if they deserve to perform. We'll see. We'll see. And Ohio State I'm a Michigan fan, so you know it's fuck Ohio State all day.
Well,
I can't stand it.
I mean, we're in the Big Ten now, so clearly it's fuck Ohio State. So sorry, it's also fuck Michigan State, fuck UCLA, fuck Oregon.
You know what's hilarious to me, and this is always
fuck LeBron while we're at it.
There you go. I'll say I'm looking at the rankings, right? You know, it shows how many number one votes they got.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you end up ranked number 6 with 14 first place votes?
I was just that took the question out of my head. I don't understand. How do you not end up at number 2?
You know, like I don't understand these rankings because, like, to me, if you got the second most first place votes, I don't know.
Well, so in ESPN has Oregon in 2, CBS has Texas in 2, and Oregon in 3rd.
So ain't nobody giving Indiana any type of props after last year. They did lose a lot don't get me wrong, they did lose a lot in the draft. But still, like, damn.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense.
I got a suggestion for those boys out in Indiana.
It's that BCS math again.
No shit. Where 2 + 2 = 16.7429.
Right, where 14 and 1 and 3 equals 17 and 0.
Until this is rectified, every game that Indiana plays, it should come out to Eminem's "No Love." Just to take a stab at the rankings, people, because that's just jacked up. How you get the second most first place vote and still end up 4 spots below that? Go figure. Well, all right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for us for this week's edition of the Classroom. Of course, as always, O'Malley, close us out, mama.
Fuck LeBron. Fuck you. Fuck Philadelphia. Fuck Bronny. Fuck the Lakers. Fuck the Clippers. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Vegas fucking Raiders. Fuck the A's. Fuck everyone at this point. But especially LeBron. Fuck you.
Especially LeBron. Oh, man. What an amazing way to end the show. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next week.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out.
We'll end it on that, y'all. Peace.